Okay, so Deontay, we've been in, we've seen you train, we've seen you move around, we've seen you do the pads and some bags. Obviously hard at work. Could you have made it as a singer?
I can't hold a note. You know, I can definitely hold a note, and with the technology that's out nowadays, you know, I think I can be pretty good at being a singer.
Going into this rematch, who has the upper hand based on what happened in your last fight with Tyson Fury?
I'm always have the upper hand with no matter who I get in the ring with, because of my power alone. You know, no one has the devastating power that I have. And not only it lasts the first round, it lasts the 12th round as well. And with that being said, it makes me one of the most dangerous fighters in the division, period. In boxing, period.
Is he the best you've faced so far?
You know, when I deal with fighters, you know, everyone has a different skill set and a mindset. So I can't say he's the best, you know, but he has certain attributes about him that makes him, you know, the best in certain areas.
He says he's a master of psychology. What do you make of that? Do you find him unpredictable? You never know what Tyson you're going to get, because you've seen different times. Like in Los Angeles, you guys were very respectful, but he's got up in your grill and tried to get in your face.
Well, I do think he's bipolar, you know, which is okay. We all have something about us, you know, even me, you know. I come from Deontay Wilder to the Bronze Bomber when it's time to get in the ring. You know, it's something that's very real. It's a switch that switch on and off, you know. So, you know, the best people, the greatest of people that's in, you know, all different types of occupations, different things in their life. The best ones, you know, they have different things about them that makes them unique, that makes them different from others. You can easily differentiate between, you know, different people when you're looking at greatness. And I think that's is very much so required, because everyone is not capable of switching on and off certain type of things. You know, some people don't understand how it happens. And, you know, the best of the best, when you see all sports, they can all tell you about certain egos or certain things that they do, they switch on and off, what makes them, you know, who they are.
He's talking about a different strategy this time, about being bigger, stronger, and about looking for the knockout. What do you think about that? Do you expect that?
You know, you never know what to expect with Fury, you know. But one thing for sure that is hard to believe is talking about knocking me out in 2 rounds and being the aggressor. So I really can't see that at this point in time, but who knows? He get in the ring, he may feel lucky, he may feel, you know, may feel some type of confidence and to actually do what he said that he was gonna do, but it's gonna be very dangerous for him if he proceed along with that idea.
Did he hurt you at all in the last fight?
He didn't hurt me at all. You know, Fury, like I told him, he had pillows as fists, and that's what he has. You know, he's skillful boxer, but he don't hit hard.
He has a new team. What do you make of that? Change of trainers relatively close to the fight.
Well, he did it the first time, so, you know, and doing it again the second time, and then you going off with the saying, "What's broke, don't fix it." It kind of make you think, you know, still a little nervousness there. You know, what's going on in the camp? You're changing up so much. You're getting all these different trainers, you know, coming in, you know. And when you get certain type of trainers, we all know that it can be sometimes when you get too many guys, it can be too many chiefs in the camp, which won't allow you to get nothing accomplished because you're worrying about this person and that person controlling your camp. So, not saying that's going on in this camp, you know, just thinking ahead, just having so many different people. And then, like I said before, sometimes it's a good thing to have so many different minds. But it can go good or it can go bad. But on February 22nd, we're gonna see exactly what it did for him.
He's raised his profile with the WWE appearance. What did you make of him getting involved in that?
You know, for him, it's another outlet outside of boxing. And when fighters have other outlets going on beside of boxing, I'm always excited for them. I'm always happy for them because we can't do this forever. We can't box forever. You know, it's a young man's sport. And no one wants to keep getting hit in the head over and over again. For the head is not meant to be hit in the first place. So if you can have some type of income going on the outside, Deontay Wilder approves of it.
Would you do it?
WWE, I definitely would do WWE. If the opportunity came about. I mean, we talked about this years and years ago, doing something like that, But if the opportunity came about and it was right, and everything, everything was right and leveled out where it made sense, then, I'm a character myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fun guy. I like to entertain. And I can definitely, as you can see me as the bronze bomber each and every time I have an outing. So it wouldn't be no difference than joining to the WWE, but it'll just be, boxing is more realistic than the WWE. WWE is basically all about entertaining, which boxing is too, but you're actually getting hit in the face in boxing.
Are you where you want to be in your career in terms of boxing, in terms of fame, in terms of money?
I'm happy. I'm ultimately happy. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. Am I where I want to be? Well, that's my goals is so high. My expectations for me as a person, just in life general, is very high. Even if I wasn't in boxing, it's very high. It's so high I set goals so high that the naked eye can't see it from happening. So as a human being, we always, automatically label things impossible. But I always tell everyone that I know a man that make the impossible possible.
What do you need to do to improve as a fighter?
As a fighter, what I need to do to improve is just continue working on the same things, making that perfect, the jab, the right hand, the left hook, the movements, the eye coordination, the timing, the speed, all those things that consist of you doing in boxing, you can always improve. It's always the next level that you can reach. And I'm always working hard. I'm always training hard. I'm always using the same thing to become a muscle memory. But, I'm always trying to advance my IQ in the ring as well. It would make me go from good to great.
What do you say to people who say you're a one-trick pony?
Well, for those people that think I'm a one-trick pony, I'll invite them into the ring and let me perform my one trick for you. I'll be happy to do so. And like we said, if it's not broken, then why fix it? I've been doing this for 12 years, and what I've been doing has been a continuous thing. It's been consistent, and I've been giving the fans what they want to see, and that's knockouts.
How many more fights are you looking at in your career?
How many more fights I'm looking at? Who knows? But I can tell you I'm here for only 6 more years. I think 6 more years, that will put me at the age of 40. And I think around about that time that I should have everything that I've seeked out to have, Not only inside of the ring, but on the outside of the ring as well. It's very important for me to have a structure, a foundation to build something outside of the ring due to the fact that this boxing, it's a very dangerous sport. You just never know when the last fight could be your last fight, So with that being said, I got a lot of things in store and planned, and I'm in the right direction.
So if you're happy and as happy as you've ever been, you're content, you're the champion, what motivates you to keep going? Why do you need to keep going?
What motivates me to keep going is my children. I set out to have generation wealth. Like I said, I'm in the right direction of achieving that. But I want more. I want greatness. When I look at my 8 kids, I look at them and I say, I'm going to give you the world. And that's what I seek out to do. I had an opportunity to break the chain for my family, an opportunity that my father didn't have, nor his father had for him. But I had that opportunity, I grabbed it and I ran with it. I've broken the chain. But not only I'm just gonna settle for just breaking that chain, I'm gonna go furthermore and creating things for myself. That way my family, my children, and even their children's children could be able to live off the things that they dad set for them. When I talk about generation wealth, I'm just not talking about it. I'm actually being about it. My actions speak louder than my words. I'm a type of person that I lead by example. And this is what I'm doing in my life. What makes me feel good, what makes me happy, if my kids happy, They're growing up. They got man, they got an amazing life right now. And to see them able to do things that I've never were able to do at their age, to see them to go places and have things that I wasn't able to go or have, you know, it means a lot to me. And it means the world to me because they are my world.
Do you think you can only feel that level of contentment now because you have struggled in the past and you know what that struggle's about?
I think going through a struggle definitely intensifies the feeling when you have success. Because the thing about struggling and going through poverty, and as we always say, coming from the bottom, you know, the thing about it, you never forget it. No matter how high, no matter how wealthy, you know, you become, you never forget where the saying is never forget where you came from, but you never forget your struggles, you know. And I think that what makes me who I am now, you know, because I'm always being reminded. I remind myself all the time of how hard it took me to get here, how I didn't have all the opportunities like a lot of people have and still don't have the opportunities, but I make my own way. You know, when people doubt me, when people try to hold me back, when they don't want to see me succeed and make it, I still break through barriers. I still go through the rain of fire, and I still overcome and achieve greatness each and every time. So that's where I know if I speak it, I believe it, I shall receive it.
Why do you think you're the world heavyweight champion? Do you think you're here for a reason?
I'm definitely here for a reason. You know, my grandma told me years ago that I was anointed by God. She said, baby, God's trying to use you. You can't be fighting. I used to get in trouble a lot in school, not because I was a bully or I picked with people, because it was the opposite, believe it or not. I always got picking with because I didn't have the finer clothes, I didn't have the finer shoes, I didn't have the finer things that other kids had. So it allowed them to pick with me and stuff. But, you know, I wasn't the type of person that bowed down to no one. I never looked for trouble, but trouble always found me. And I always had to defend myself, you know, at times. You know, so, you know, with that being said, and to look back on me one of those times and look back now, you know, everything worked out for me.
So why are you here? To break the cycle for your family? Do you think that's your main reason?
Why I'm here is to continue to break the cycle. I've broken the chain. From my father and his father, I've broken the chain, you know, and I'm still going, you know, and like I said, I owe it to my kids, you know. They say you don't know what love is until you have a child, and I 100% agree with that. And my love for them go so wide and so deep to the point where I'm risking my life each and every time for their education, for their well-being, for them to be able to have the world. You know, I want them to be able to endure those things, but also with enduring that and having these things, I teach them things about being able to be a hard worker, not being lazy, not settling for less, you know, not having to depend on others. When you have a plan and an idea, you can't wait around. You gotta push forward. I would not build something where they would be lazy, where they don't have to do nothing. They will be smart and intelligent, but they will know how to be able to work hard and to be able to keep the upbringing of what I provide for them, to keep it going for the rest of their lives, for their children and their children's children and their children's children. That's the main goal, and that's the main plan that I instill and I talk to my children about.